All right. Without doing any spoilers, have you guys been watching Pluribus? Pluribus. Yeah, I was talking to
Is this a show?
Are you just making words up?
No, it's a show. It's a show.
It's a very good show.
It's
an amazing show.
Is it Apple?
It is.
It is Apple.
That's why I haven't heard of it. Yeah.
Oh, Tango, you would absolutely love it. It is very, very good show. And it hits the ground running too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like it was one of those shows where I felt
more charges up.
invested in the first 20 seconds. Like instantly, I'm like, I gotta know what's going on here.
So
the way
what's
they
it about?
Everything is really cool.
Yeah, agreed.
You can give me give the overview, right?
Maybe I'm trying to figure out. I really don't want to. This is a tough one, huh, Cub?
I got a good one. Like the premise is basically an alien invasion, but it's an invasion of the mind.
Whoa.
That's how I would describe it.
That's a pretty good way to put it. And you're going to see it's an invasion of the mind, and it's a tip of the cap to just basically human sociology. And that's the best way I can put it, because when you watch it, there's a lot of implications going on that are a lot of fun to play with, but the story itself is just riveting. It's so good.
That honestly sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should break down and get stupid Apple TV.
Get it for a month and cancel. That's what I do.
Yeah, I know. But there's honestly so much I want to watch, right?
Yeah,
there's
Ted Lasso.
What do you call it? Silo is on that, right? I want to see that.
Oh, Silo's so good.
Wasn't there
Second season coming soon?
like Severance or something, right? That's there.
Severance I have not seen. I've heard great things about it. That's something I'll start tonight.
You should give it a go. Absolutely,
Pretty good.
skids.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus it's got that dude in it. I forget his name, but I freaking love him. He cracks me
Adam
up.
Scott?
Yes,
That
thank
dude.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely Adam Scott.
He's brilliant in it.
He's so good because he's good in Parks and Rec, but his character in Step Brothers was just so much fun. He's such a jerk, but he's so funny in it. Yeah, definitely check out Pluribus, Tango. It's so good.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely get Apple TV is what you're saying.
Oh, there's a
Yeah, pretty much.
You're blowing up my mountain?
some damage, but
It's all right.
not too bad.
Now he has to start all over.
Burn it down. Start
It
over.
is a complete redo. I'm so sorry.
Unacceptable. Cub's taking that to he's taking that to his grave. Cub's gonna be 75 and be like, "Where's my fletching table?"
Yeah, he's gonna have his Citizen Kane Rosebud moment and just die by saying "fletching table."
Yep.
Jem, you've seen Citizen Kane, right?
What do you think?
Not even an answer. Just
No, it's like it was 100%. There was not a chance.
we should have a contest or a little game here. Who can pick the most popular movie
That Jem's
of all
never
time
seen.
that Jem has not seen yet?
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's such an easy game.
I mean, Avatar.
I've seen Avatar.
Okay.
Armageddon.
It's big.
Haven't seen that.
We said good movies, Ethan.
That's a fantastic movie. A little broken on the physics and all that.
Oh,
But
you
it's a good movie.
A little broken on the physics.
At least Ed named one I've seen. That makes me feel better.
All right, have you seen Shawshank Redemption?
No, what?
You've never heard of
That's
Shawshank
my
Redemption?
favorite movie.
I don't even know. Like, what is?
Wow.
Tango,
Never
that's
heard
the
of
worst
it.
part is that it's never like this. No, I've been meaning to.
It's just like
When I referred to Impulse as the Urkel Fonzarelli, like Jem was like, what's an Urkel? I don't even know how to spell that to Google.
yeah, but
I'm like,
I mean, come on, you're just old, right? I mean,
come on. There's still like the Fonzarelli. I guess maybe I'm old.
no,
Everybody knows who the
Watch
Fonz
movies
is.
that you guys watch, specifically Impulse, Skiz, and Tango. Don't have
TV,
movie taste overlap.
yeah, I mean, listen, there's a big difference between Shawshank Redemption and Fonzarelli. Come on, Skis.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, fair enough. No, hold on. Which obviously Shawshank Redemption is a billion times more entertaining, but the Fonz is the Fonz. He's like the beginning of the cool. Get out of here.
don't think it holds up by today's standards, Skis.
I know.
Jem, can you guess the plot of The Shawshank Redemption just from the name?
What? No.
Try.
Good question, actually.
Is there a redemption? I'm assuming there's a redemption.
Maybe.
I mean, that's a good hint. Yeah.
Spoilers, Jem. Come on.
It's a great movie.
I got nothing.
It's a great movie. I'll tell you this. How about this? You've seen the Harry Potters, I assume, and you remember the original Dumbledore. That was played by Richard Harris, and he's in Shawshank Redemption, and it is an amazing performance.
I think our second problem here is that when you watch movies, you remember the actors, you remember lines, you know everything about it. I nothing.
Yeah, Jem's just like, okay, we're done.
I'm not
Next.
thinking about that actor.
Yeah.
I have not a clue.
Oh man.
I appreciate that you love that though, and that's something you enjoy. That's very awesome.
That's a good, a proper movie. Kind of hard to come by these days, I think. And I know it's an old man.
Oh my gosh.
speaking, but
Richard Harris in Shawshank Redemption. Are you sure about that, Skiz?
well, now I'm starting to second guess, isn't it? Hold on.
I don't know who
I
Richard
was not
Harris is,
aware
but
of
there
that.
was like,
The original.
I don't know who Richard Harris is.
Oh my God, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Hold on. I literally was confusing my movies. Not Shawshank Redemption for some reason, because I was thinking of another very redemption-based movie, which is The Count of Monte Cristo. And that is Richard. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, you always talk about that one. I've never seen that one.
That's a good movie. That was a huge brain fart, but it's another very redemption-centric movie. Is The Count of Monte Cristo.
I think Jem would like that one.
Yeah, I think so too. That's a really good.
Skiz, you got to watch Sinners. That was a movie that came out last year. It's really good.
That's pretty good.
I think
good.
you'll actually like it.
Okay, I'll see that.
I don't know anything about Sinners.
I know. I know nothing
See,
about it.
I watch stuff, just stuff that came out in 2020s. What's your guys' favorite movie of all time?
Shaun of the Dead.
Tough one.
Shaun of the Dead. Is that for a real answer?
Wow.
I'm not saying
No,
that's
I have not
judged
it
it
again.
I have not seen
Back
it.
to muted.
To me, I thought Shaun of the
Yes,
Dead
that was more insulting when I haven't seen stuff.
No. I thought that chicken shot.
You've outdone me.
I thought that Shaun of the Dead it's comedy, right? Is it not? I've not seen it.
It's a brilliant comedy movie. It is the cleverest movie in the world. The amount of layers to it is insane. Like you could watch that movie 10 times over and you will see something new every single time.
And I love
It's
movies
so
like that. See,
clever.
that's what The Big Lebowski is to me. Is that I can't watch it enough and not find something new about it.
Is that your best one, Skiz?
No, not my favorite movie. I love it. Like comedy wise, it's up there. But my favorite movies, I'm honestly back and forth between American Beauty, which is just what a movie that is, and The Matrix. The Matrix grabbed me, man.
Matrix is pretty good. Yeah, that's up there.
So good, and it was so ahead of its time, and just such a clever story.
Yeah, it was pretty revolutionary at the time.
That was the first time I
Seen them,
saw
Jem?
Bullet Cam. I think Jem.
I haven't seen any of these that have been mentioned yet.
I think I got to go with like Forrest Gump in terms of like the
Great
characters.
movie.
I've
Yeah,
seen
dude.
That is good.
Great
So that's a
movie.
good
Pretty
one.
great.
I haven't seen that in 20 years. I feel like I need to watch it again.
It's
So
still
good.
Yeah,
holds
it
up.
has been a long time for me as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Most definitely holds up.
There was like a 3-year period where Tom Hanks was just like, oh, by the way, everything I do gives me an Oscar and it's the best movie ever.
Castaway is up there in my
Oh,
favorite.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
Yeah,
Castaway.
that's a
dude.
good one.
I've seen
Said it
Castaway.
in British
90s
then.
was amazing.
Skid started saying Castaway.
I did, I know. Castaway was one of the ones where it's one of those movies that no matter what you're doing or where it's at in the movie, if it comes on the TV, you're just going to go ahead and finish it. You
Yeah.
can't look away. And I imagine we've all considered, would you survive in that situation? Would you, if you
Try.
you know?
Yeah,
I think
it
the
doesn't.
action would get me.
It doesn't matter what you think because it's not reality.
My
Like,
dog was named after
Yeah.
Castaway. It was Wilson.
Hey, that's cute.
Hey, there you go.
All right, here's a Castaway quiz. What was the name of what was the main?
He's
What was Tom Hanks's name in the movie? What'd you
This isn't
say?
a quiz. It's just Skiz trying to remember stuff.
No, that's not. But that wasn't the quiz. I was going to say that wasn't the quiz question. What would I just say? What was the name of his dentist? He made a little joke to Wilson on it. What was the name of the main? What was the main character's name in the show? Gosh, that's a quiz of its own for some reason. But anyways, his dentist. What was the name of his dentist?
His name John?
everyone, my chat's giving me answers.
Yeah, don't look at your chat, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. So he was hanging out with Wilson, the volleyball, and he says,
In the cave, right?
well, in this particular one, I think, well, they're probably in the cave and out the fire, or they're at a fire. It was nighttime, and he says, and he's messing with his tooth, and he says, "You want to hear something interesting, Wilson?" And he says, "My dentist's name is Dr. Spalding." which is another sports brand, which was so funny because he was almost like, "You're not my only sports brand friend I have." Favorite movie, Tango? What is it?
I don't know. I mean, I gotta lean toward the geek in me, and I gotta say the Lord of the Rings trilogy is up there.
Oh, that's a good one.
Same.
Good
that was
choice.
the-
I mean,
We
that's
said movie tank.
That's-
Can't
that's
say a
the
whole
only correct
trilogy.
answer.
that's my feel good.
Which one's your favorite of the three?
I mean, the first one is like the cheeky fantasy adventure. Like that's my wife's favorite for sure. So I'd probably say Fellowship just because that's the best like foundation and stuff. But in terms of like action and stuff, the second one was pretty awesome.
The second one's my answer. The second
Yeah.
one's the best one, I think.
The second and third one blended together in my mind.
Yeah, the problem is like you
differentiate them.
always watch all three of them together. It's one movie. It's one.
It really
8-hour
is.
movie.
It really is one movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did
after
The
that-
Hobbit hold up?
It's all right.
I like The Hobbit.
The Hobbit was
I'm
good.
fine with it.
The first Hobbit was fine, but then they started like third and fourth Hobbit, and I was like, nah. Like once Legolas started like floating and flying and crap, and I don't know, it just got really weird, but still good. Like the original Hobbit, not the original, but the Hobbit was good. Like when the dwarves came over and had dinner and stuff, like that's
first
such a good
Hobbit
scene.
movie with that scene
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah, I agree. After that, I gotta throw Pulp Fiction on the list,
Oh, good one, dude. That's a good one. Pulp Fiction is so good.
which I haven't seen in forever.
I was gonna say,
Tarantino just
I can't remember it well even.
Tarantino has a different,
Yeah.
you just know when it's a Tarantino movie.
Sure.
He's kind of the master of the scattered timeline type movies. And to be honest, I don't understand how, from a scripting standpoint, how that can be pulled off when the timeline keeps jumping forward, back, way forward, a little bit back, a little bit forward. Like that's just
Yeah.
so good.
Pulp Fiction is so boring.
Who said that?
Is that
It
what your
is-
chat's saying?
That's what chat said.
It is not boring. That is a really good flick. That's another one that's going to officially make me sad moving forward because Bruce Willis was such an iconic part of our cinema experience. And, you know, now
Yeah.
that whole thing makes me really, really sad.
You know another really good movie that's up there? Good Will Hunting.
You know, I was talking about
Yeah.
that in my chat earlier. That's a great flick.
That's
I don't
like
know what that is.
that's just you don't know what Good Will Hunting is. Oh,
What?
Matt Damon, Robin
Oh, wait,
Williams.
that's the Matt Damon one.
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's just like
Williams.
I've seen that.
in terms of movies that I watch, and it just makes me like so inspired, and like that's the movie for sure.
I love Good Will Hunting. That's my favorite
Yeah.
Robin Williams role ever. We were talking about Patch Adams earlier. You seen that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's because we were talking about Philip Seymour Hoffman, who's God rest him. He was an amazing. In my opinion, Philip Seymour Hoffman is probably one of the most unknown,
He's
underrated
incredible.
actors. He's
Yeah, I would-
amazing in everything.
I would agree. He could do anything. Like
Yeah.
he could be your villain. He could be the lead role, and it was just amazing at everything.
He can do it all. He was great in Moneyball. He was great in Patch Adams. You know, I was talking about that scene in Patch Adams with Philip Seymour Hoffman where, you know, his character was just, if you remember, he was like super arrogant and he was just all about just being the smartest doctor and everything came down to intellect. And then he just kind of bears his soul at the end there talking about how he knows everything, but he cannot get his patient to eat. But Pat's
Hello,
good because he just
sorry.
doesn't understand people. Tango, I have an entry for the most famous movie that Jem's not seen game.
Okay.
I'm guessing I'm going to wager 20 points that Jem has not seen Rocky.
I mean,
You'd be correct. I haven't seen it. I've heard of it though.
to be honest, Rocky's a pretty terrible movie.
Hey,
Like it's
You
a
shut up!
horrible movie.
shut up!
I've never seen Rocky.
The acting, the
Thank
plot,
you,
the
though.
Shut up!
timing, the editing.
Don't you shut up! You're not shutting up!
Thank
It's-
God.
It's horrible.
No, he's wrong, Jem. He's wrong.
I've been rescued.
I'm not
I've been
wrong.
rescued.
He's wrong, Jem.
Didn't
The aesthetic
win
man.
Best
I've been
Picture?
rescued.
It did, but in 1976 or whatever, when there was like 4 movies that came out, like
you got to appreciate the time, dude. If it won
don't know,
Best
like,
Picture in that era, then it cannot go into the bank of
I
terrible
was
movie.
at the gym, and while I'm on the treadmill, that thing was got so I had to watch it for like half an hour, and I'm like sitting there going, what? This scene is over, ended already. Like it was just the editing and the pacing on things were just like, you're not adding to the movie, just end the scene. There's like
Just you and your crazy impatient ways. Don't blame the movie for that.
That's a bad movie.
Please, not
Anyway.
Rocky.
I enjoy this opinion of Tango.
Yeah.
You shouldn't because it's invalid. It's a junk opinion. Definitely a famous movie.
Jurassic Park, Gem. Have you seen Jurassic Park?
Oh.
I don't think so. I feel like I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Ooh, that might be the new lead.
Yeah, maybe it's up there.
That's a pretty popular movie.
That's a
That is
very
pretty
popular
popular.
movie. Yeah, no question.
I don't know why I haven't seen that. I feel like I would
It's a
like
good
it.
movie. Jurassic Park was
It's just fallen through the cracks.
Yeah, Dot and I watched it. Not me for the first time, but Dot watched it for the first time the other day.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's still good. And the dinosaurs still hold up. And yeah.
Oh, big time. The effects are pretty good considering. Yeah.
They were absolutely groundbreaking at the time.
Yep.
yeah, super
Like,
groundbreaking.
That blew people's minds. Whereas now you might go watch it and be like, oh yeah, there's dinosaurs. Okay.
yeah, that movie's
It's
like
Have we
not-
kind of flatlined on that? Like, we're not getting better at adding dinosaurs and stuff, are we? It feels like
No.
we're
They peaked then. Yeah.
like, that's
Yeah.
we kind of did it, and now we're going back downhill. Yeah.
Jurassic Park 100% needs to go to bed. Yeah.
Jurassic Worlds were very disappointing.
Yeah.
I've just got the Rocky theme tune in my head now as I'm running around
Na,
like
na,
with torches.
na, na, na. See, Tango, how after all these years, it's inspiring.
I didn't
him.
say the music wasn't good. The song was good. It's inspiring for sure.
Stupid. You call the movie stupid. It's not. Stupid.
I'm just glad somebody that's not me is calling the movie stupid.
You haven't seen it, Jem. Have you
Yeah,
seen?
did you say what some of your favorite films were?
I like Lord of the Rings.
You did say that.
Keep in mind, she has like 6 films to pull from.
No, I don't.
Not even.
It's worse.
Well, Lord of the Rings is 3.
Yeah,
Rocky
yeah.
is 4.
Yeah, and then I
What are the other
also
two?
watched The Hobbit 3, so you've got 6 there without even trying.
Are those movies any good? I can barely remember them.
Which ones?
I like them.
The Hobbit.
I think.
I'm less picky than a lot of people, though. Some people are really book picky, and I'm a movie passenger princess. I don't really. I'm not picky.
Yeah, you gotta. The problem with The Hobbit is it's such a classic story, and the fan base is so kind of rabid that it got Hollywoodized, and that was frowned
Yeah.
upon. Admittedly,
Technically, that's what the original 3 movies were as well, right? Like,
not as bad, not nearly
there
as
was a
bad.
huge reputation for those books
Yeah, but they
when
kind of
those movies came out.
they stuck to the
Bone Horse.
story pretty good though.
Ah, okay.
Where The Hobbit,
So they didn't in the Hobbit.
The Hobbit. I mean, if I'm correct, I've never read The Hobbit, and I'm embarrassed, but The Hobbit's only like 300 pages, I think, right? And they made 3 movies out of it, so it's kind
It's
of
very short. Yeah.
They milks it.
they really extended it.
Zuma, what's your favorite movie?
Dead Poets Society.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
That's a
Yeah.
really good one. Good answer.
How has Skiz seen every movie ever?
I have not. There's lots of movies I haven't seen. Been around for 100 years, Jem. Is that what you're getting at?
No, you haven't. But every time somebody says a movie, you remember it.
Yeah, that is a time one. It's been a long time
memory.
since I've seen that.
It's moving on.
There's so many movies I
Robin
haven't
Williams.
seen. Here's an embarrassing admission. You know what I haven't seen? The Godfather.
I just
The
finished
Godfather.
watching part 1 and 2 over the last couple of days.
That's
Don't
it.
worry, Tango. I've also not seen it.
Yeah, but you know what? I
It's
think a lot of
amazing.
people have actually not seen that, to be honest.
I haven't seen it.
I had to.
Does it hold up
They're-
still?
They're really worth watching. They're fantastic.
They're good. They're good. So I actually, when I was going to school for film for a little bit, before my son was born, I had to write a compare contrast between Godfather and Goodfellas, and it was incredible. Like the best way I can do it is The Godfather is a story of the mafia, but it's written from the heart, whereas Goodfellas written with the stomach. It's just like so guttural and
Yeah.
gross
That's a good
and
analogy.
terrible. Yeah. And that was the Godfather. Like you forget that this is the mafia. Like you forget because they call it the family because it's a family, and like there's the sacrifices they make to actually keep peace between the families and everything. It's very fascinating. It's really, really good. But I think you would like it, Tango. I think so. Actually, I'm kind of on the fence.
I think I would love it probably.
It holds up. You know how like the older the movie is, the pacing's different,
Yeah, exactly.
Rocky.
and
Yeah.
not a lot of movies survive that, but this one does. These two
That's
even.
a great way to put it. It's and that's actually what I think Tango's problem with Rocky is that it's a different time. The pacing, the cadence was very different back then. And in The Godfather, I would argue, has a tremendous amount of slow moments. But at the same time, if you allow yourself to just kind of get close to the characters, then you're just in the movie. Very good.
How does it compare to The Sopranos?
You know what? Here we go. this is my moment. I've never seen The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen Sopranos.
Neither
I've
have I.
never seen it either.
And I will say this:
Sopranos is great.
it's going to get worse. I've heard nothing but great things about The Sopranos. I've tried to watch it 3 times now, and I cannot get past the first episode.
It's the little bit I've seen has been like, this is kind of boring and doesn't hold up to
The-
mafia stuff.
The reason,
Yeah.
the reason for that is the same problem with The Wire. Is like that's the beginning of prestige television, and they kind of don't quite know how to hook you in that quickly yet. So you have really slow openers. Like The Wire has the same problem. A lot of people don't get past
that's
the first.
prestige
That's an
television?
interesting,
What is that?
yeah. No, I mean, I've never heard of that term, but I instantly knew what Zuma meant because, like, that was the first series that was like, here is really high quality, like, dramatic television series that kind of like it wasn't. Did Sopranos just come out on regular like cable television, or did it come out on like A&E or something like that?
It was on
HBO.
HBO.
Or HBO, yeah. See, so it was like the first non-cable show, right? That really hit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's sort of the beginning of like movie level production
Yeah,
for
yes.
episodic content.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
And also like changing the landscape so that like Hollywood actors would go over to television as
Yep.
well. Sopranos and The Wire is pretty much like the beginning of all of that. And I'd highly recommend The Wire as well. I think that's the best show ever put together, that one. It's really, really quite deep and profound. But yeah, prestige television, like HBO kind of fronted both of those shows. And obviously they did like Game of Thrones and stuff as well.
Right.
And those are all just like, you know, cinematic, but on the television scale.
So I was recently recommended the Game of Thrones prequel that's out now, Night of something, but what is it called?
Seven
I haven't
Kingdoms.
seen that.
Yeah.
I want to see that too.
Anyone got some input on that?
I have heard it's very, very good. It's on my list.
Yeah. I need to
Okay.
see that.
I've watched, I think, the first 2 seasons of it. Definitely,
you're thinking of
definitely
House of the
pretty
Dragon.
strong. House of the Dragon, that's it.
Is that the one you mean, Tank, or do you
No,
mean
House of the Dragon is-
Night of
Yeah.
Seven Kingdoms,
Night
is
of
it?
Seven
Or
Kingdoms,
not
yeah, that's-
House of the Dragon.
another one?
Yes,
That's just
exactly.
kind
X.
of
House of the
on the
Dragon,
line.
I couldn't get into. I couldn't do
Yeah.
it. But I think, you know what, though? I think it was just because they went to do this thing. It was just like this new thing in shows, and they did a little bit in Game of Thrones where for some reason from a cinematic standpoint darker was better, and it got to the point where it was like if you turned on your cell phone then the TV became black because it was just so dark, and I was like, I can't see anything, and it just kind of drove me too nuts with the House of the Dragon.
Do you remember there was that episode of Game of Thrones that everyone was waiting for to shoot the big battle?
Yep.
And then people tuned in for it, and like you could barely see anything on streaming because it was so dark.
So dark, yeah.
They did a bit on that in Family Guy where they reenacted that scene. It was just like a black screen with a lot of yelling. And every once in a while, there'd be a burst of flame from one of the dragons, and it would light the scene for about a second and a half, and then would go back to black. That was the entire fight.
It's pretty accurate.
How about this
Missed
movie,
visiting you
everybody?
Here, Tango.
I know that there's not a chance that Jim has seen this, but I think that there's several of you who have not seen this. Have you seen The Butterfly Effect?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that movie's.
I love that movie.
It's so
Skiz,
unsettling.
Have
Yeah,
you
kinda
seen the alternate
lingers.
ending to it?
You know what? I have. I can't. I was going to bring that up, X, and I'm like, I don't know. It'll be hard to explain, but I have seen it, and I think they made the right decision. I think that was just too dark in my opinion.
Wait. Well, that movie is really, really dark. When you watch it again, it's
Very
all about
dark. Yes,
suffering and trauma.
I don't even know if I could watch it.
I've
again.
never seen it. Now I want to.
Yeah, the Butterfly
It's
Effect
powerful.
is very,
It's
very
pretty
dark.
unsettling. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you know about the alternate ending that X is talking about, Cub?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it's like they found a way to take a movie that was so dark, and it was like, well, here's the ending we were actually thinking. I'm like, whoa, that's even worse. And so I think they made the right decision not going with that one, even though it's
I'm glad that they let people see the alternative though,
me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
because you'll never see an ending to a movie like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good flick, but that movie was one of those. Every once in a while, you come across a movie or a TV show like Breaking Bad that when you're done with it, you're like exhausted. Like, and that's to me, the Butterfly Effect was one of those. It was a good thing, but a kind of a tough watch just because I don't know, just the dark, like just the darkness of it was just a little bit too much sometimes.
Man, I got so many movies I need to watch now. I need to build a mountain or something, so I got time.
I cannot wait for the next season of Pluribus, dude.
Oh, that's
Isn't it
next on
going
my
to be a
list to
while?
watch.
I think it's going to be a while.
It's-
It,
Yeah, 'cause it just came
it
out.
will be a while. Yeah.
I couldn't watch this one. Once I started watching it, I couldn't watch it fast enough.
That's the trouble now, isn't it? It's like 3 years between seasons of things for the most part.
Yeah.
Dang.
And how amazing, if I may, for those of you that have seen it, that actress, I can't imagine anybody else in that role.
She was so good in Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? She made
I,
that show.
I have not. I've been told I need to watch. So here's the deal. I was a huge Breaking Bad fan. Huge.
I'm just chuckling.
I tried to watch Better Call Saul,
I
and
love
I
the
couldn't get
random
into it. But I heard great things about it. I need.
You gotta keep going, Skiz.
I just
I prefer it to
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Do you? Okay,
do.
I got to give it another go.
The first season.
I just finished rewatching them.
It gets better.
Yeah, they are fantastic.
I got to watch Better Call Saul. I've just heard too many good things about it. But that's how I feel about Sopranos. 3 times, and I'm like,
You can't. Yeah, you can't. If you try it 3
Just stick
times.
with it. No, you gotta get past the first like few episodes, right?
just like push, right? Just push
Yeah.
past it.
And not because it's
Like,
bad though either.
past that bad stuff,
No, they're not bad episodes. It's more just like you're not hooked yet. You're almost satisfied from the first episode, and it feels almost like it's neatly finished, and then you're kind of like,
So-
okay, and then there's nothing pulling you back yet. But
It's
after a
set
while,
up, yeah.
But I think
it's just like, oh baby.
character development, it feels like character development's a very difficult dance in regards to delivering information that you vitally need and hooking you, like in getting the audience invested in where we're going with this. And it felt like, for me anyways, for like The Sopranos, for example, the character development with the was that James Gandolfini? Is that who played?
Yeah.
That's him.
The character development with his character, just to me, just was like, okay, I get it. Oh my God, move on. I was starting to feel like Tango. I'm like, let's go. It was just taking so long, and I didn't know where they were going with it in a way. I was like, I understand the crisis that he has here. I just need this to move in some kind of direction.
It was too heavy-handed.
Better Call Saul, I think, is the masterclass in character development.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is
I got it.
through and through about that. And like a good handful of its main characters all get really fascinating like arcs,
Yeah.
Do you guys, when you finish like watching a series or a movie, do you go watch like all the video essays about it and stuff like that?
Sometimes, yeah. Not as like a habit, but I will end up getting sucked into a couple of them. Yeah.
Occasionally, yeah.
It's good fun. It's like another layer of enjoyment for those
Yeah,
kind of things.
sometimes you get little bits that you're like, oh yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way. That's cool. And then you enjoy it more having that different perspective.
If
Yeah.
it's a deeper show, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work with like average movies. It's like for the best stuff it works.
Completely insane. Flying around here is like breathtaking.
Isn't it
From
incredible?
inside, it's like, what is going on? I was just watching, Independence Day 2 for some reason.
For some reason.
Not that good. Not
I
that
don't know why.
That's a fun
randomly
movie.
skipped to Disney Plus, man, and then I was like, "What's that? Independence Day 2? I've never saw it. Is there part 2? I didn't even know."
I
Yeah,
thought they
it,
did a
it
great
literally feels like the alien mothership is landing in here, man.
Yeah.
Dude. Also, let it here be announced, like Independence Day 2 is definitely not worth a watch.
Thanks.
It was
What if you're a
fun.
big fan of the first one, though? Like, then is it?
It was cool back then. It was one of the first big CGI things, where like everybody was stunted by the big spaceships landing and all that. So they made a big deal out of it. Back then, it was a big deal, the CGI.
I liked it. It was fun. It was a fun movie.
It's a fun, Independence Day 1 was a fun movie. You're right. As long as you were like, he didn't go in with like, oh, this is
Exactly.
peak,
The second one was
peak
fun
cinema.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to put it. It wasn't like groundbreaking by any stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No big spoilers now for the movie, but one guy participated. Like 20 years later, the aliens come back, right? And then a guy that fought the aliens was in a coma for 20 days.
Couldn't tell you the whole
And
plot.
just lays there and then all of a sudden wakes up from the coma. And me coming with a bit of medical background, man, that's not what happens when you wake up after 20-year coma, man. Trust me. You're not standing up and walking. Then I was already out, man.